Welcome to the Motivational Medium podcast. I'm Anne-Marie Lord, a psychic medium, author, and the founder of the Motivational Medium Academy. On this podcast, we'll explore intriguing topics such as mediumship, psychic abilities, and the amazing idea that we all have intuition within us. Whether you're a believer, skeptic, or somewhere in between, get ready to unlock your extraordinary potential as we discover the supernatural world together. If you want your questions featured on the show, be sure to join my tribe by subscribing to my newsletter at annemarielord.com. Let's go. Hello, lovely. Welcome back to today's podcast. I'm so excited today. I've got a beautiful friend of mine. You know, I've been inviting lots of my friends onto the show, and they're all really cool, spiritual people who've got amazing stuff that they're going to share with us over the next few months. And today I have the most beautiful and my beautiful friend, Leonie Du Toit. Welcome, Leonie, to the show.
Thank you for having me, Anne-Marie.
Leonie is a transformational coach, spiritual teacher, and healer. And we actually met about 8 years ago. We were just discussing this in the interview before we jumped on. And we actually met, couldn't believe this, about 8 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, it's a long time. Time has flown, but I've loved having you in my life. So, yeah.
Blessed us, and the pleasure has been all mine. Now, I want to quickly tell you a couple of things about Leonie. As I say, we met 8 years ago. I went along and did one of Leonie's guided meditations. She's got the most beautifulest voice you've ever heard. And then you guys actually might know her and not even realize it. If you listen to my guided meditations, Leonie actually done the music that is behind my voice and helped me record the guided meditations. But dead quickly, Leonie, I wanted to ask you, do you remember you said you recorded all them notes with your voice? So it's like a piano thing. Do you remember?
Yeah. So I have a music producer in the United States who took a sample of my voice and he turned it into a synthetic piano. So the notes that you hear that sounds like a piano is actually my voice that's been transformed into the music. Yeah.
How cool is that? That still blows me away when I think of that. So as I say, she's not only did the voice and the music behind my guided meditations, Leonie also helped me. I went to her studio and I recorded my book that is now on Audibles, The Grateful 3 Approach to Life. And when you listen to the Audible book, at the end of the book, when it talks about the author, that is actually Leonie's voice. So she's such a beautiful person that I'm so blessed to have in my life. And yeah, so welcome to the show. It's such a pleasure to have you on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. I actually cannot believe that you remembered the keyboard and the music. I've forgotten about it. I'm so happy you remembered.
It blows my mind. It still blows my mind today how amazing that actually came out and how beautiful it was. So if you haven't downloaded my guided meditations, jump on my website and I've got the Angelic Protection guided meditation. It's actually for free. So jump on, put your email address in and your name and it'll get sent to your inbox. And it's just remember when you're listening to it and you're drifting off into that beautiful zone, that's actually Leonie's voice. Cool. Anyway, let's get this show started. Now, I always ask my gorgeous friends that come on the show a question. So, warm-up question. What is the best thing that you've ever achieved? Now, we can't do kids because that's a given. And as we discussed in the beginning, it all depends what day of the week it is.
It is, yes. And yes, even though they are. So we were talking about this. And you know what, Anne-Marie? I think my life is full with great accomplishments and living a life that is so full of beauty and being able to support and help other people and just live a full and happy life. That's an accomplishment, right? So for me, every day is an accomplishment. Like there's nothing that I can go, this is one thing. Obviously my kids is that one thing, but there's nothing beyond that I can go, it is just that one thing. Life for me is the accomplishment. Just waking up in the morning and being grateful, like having the first thought that comes to your mind be that of gratitude, grateful for the next day that's been given to us, right? So it's living in gratitude. It's like, I didn't even intend to say gratitude, it just came out. So, and it's perfect for this conversation, right? Yeah.
So the grateful three approach to life, the three things of a morning to be grateful for. It's not rocket science. Everybody does a version of it or a different version of it, but at the end of the day, it's just gratitude. So yeah, and you're right, spot on. Every day is an accomplishment. However, it all depends how we look at that, doesn't it? We can either choose to focus on the good stuff, or we can either choose to focus on the negative stuff. And people might think, choose? Nah, I don't choose. What do you think about that? Do you think it is a choice?
Anne-Marie, this is one thing that I instill in my clients when we work on mindset and just life in general. Every day, every moment is a choice. Okay. When you wake up and you have breakfast, you choose what you're going to have for breakfast. When you have a conversation with your kids, you choose how you communicate with them. When you do your meditation, you choose which type of meditation you're going to do. When you drive down the road, you choose which road you're going to take. When you're in the shops, you choose your groceries. You don't realize it, but every moment of every day is a choice. And it's the same with mindset, the same with gratitude, the same with how we handle disagreements or the way we choose everything. It's a choice every single day.
Massively. You're right there. We choose. We all live in ego. When we live in the spirit world, like in our spirituality, if you like, a lot of people throw that word around, ego, ego, ego. And without some kind of ego, we wouldn't get out of bed of a morning. But when I do readings for people in the spirit world, like, the ego seems to have disappeared. And a lot of people come back and say, I can't believe we weren't speaking over that. Such a stupid situation. But our ego keeps us in that zone here. So as I say, ego isn't a bad thing. It needs to get us out of bed of a morning. But if we have too much or too less, it can stop what we do and it can cause the choices that we make. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So ego is kind of, that's, let's call it like the left brain, the subconscious mind. It's all there to keep us safe, right? It's got to function. But when we are so out of balance and so in the left brain, so unconscious in life, that's when it becomes a problem, right? We've got the ego and we've got spirit. So if we are too much to the one side, then we are in ego and it becomes dark, right? And when we're too much in spirit, it becomes too light and woo-woo, right? So there has to be a balance. And the way to create that balance in our life is to have awareness of who we are and then essentially the choices we make.
Definitely. Totally agree with that. Totally. So watch your ego, guys, and watch the choices that we make because you really do have a choice. Okay. So Leonie, tell me a little bit about what you're up to at the moment, because I know you're up to some really exciting stuff.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. I am still on the journey with my clients. I love working one-on-one with people. Sound healing. I've been doing the sound healing for like 11 years now. And that's obviously in the time that we've met. I'm a frequency channel. I love helping people come back into balance, right? So, and through the process of coming into balance, I also love coaching and mentoring. So I love helping people discover and reach their next level, whatever it is for them, right? So whether you are, actually, I've got a beautiful client who's been working with me for probably well over a year now. And she gone from the first time she came to me, she was just starting on her spiritual journey. And I gave her some tools and techniques and helped her discover herself on this journey. And then the second time around when she came and worked with me over a 12-week period, she started tapping into her ability to read runes.
Can you describe what that is?
So runes, they generally come in like they used to be clay tablets with these little signs on them, yes?
Runes, yeah. When you said she started tapping into the runes, what does that mean?
So with building her intuition, the work that we've done together, she was then able to take the runes that she's had them for ages, but she then started tapping into her ability to read and tap into that psychic sense, right? So yeah, so that's one of the examples of what I do. Like I kind of help people on their journey. And for her, it was stepping into her spiritual gift. And then one of the things that we did on this process with working with me is I started nudging her into the direction of doing live videos in a group that I had so that she could kind of start speaking her voice, speaking her truth and reading and trusting her intuition. And then she eventually went and she created her own little day retreat where she did live readings for family and friends. So that's just one example of how I work with people. I've had so many different types of fascinating and interesting and beautiful clients come through, but I love taking people to the next level, helping them discover who they are, life purposes, working through little blocks and limiting beliefs, and then just helping them just go places.
Achieve what they want to achieve.
Yeah.
Building confidence in their own ability. That's what it's all about. There's lots of people who, and I was one of them, wrote in my book, I wrote all about, I went and expected other people to fix me or, sort me out, if you like, that kind of thing. And it wasn't until I realized that, well, I have the tools to do this myself with guidance. So that's the difference, isn't it? We show people and we give people guidance. And this is what I suppose you're talking about there in how to do this, because deep inside them, it's been there all along. So for you as a coach, an amazing intuitive coach, you tease it out of them and help say build a confidence, which is absolutely fantastic. So well done. And this is great. This is great. So talking about that, is there anything that you could share with our listeners? Something simple, something quick, something, to maybe tap into their own intuition. What would you share with our listeners to help them do that?
Anne-Marie, I've got this fun exercise that I teach all my clients. And it is, if you've got kids, it's particularly fun because you can do it with them in the car, which then in turn keeps them connected to their own intuition, right? So it's the traffic light game, right? So if you're driving in your car and you stop at the traffic light, and let me just say this will help you build a relationship with your intuition, that voice on the inside, right? So when you're stopping at the traffic light and the light is red, I want you to expect a number to drop into your head. That is your intuitive hit, right? That is the intuition coming to you. When you receive that number in your head, I want you to start counting out loud backwards to 0. By the time you reach 0, 1 or 0, the light will turn green, which gives you instant feedback on the intuitive hit that you've received. So when people first come to me and they want to learn how to tap into and build trust and build a relationship with their intuition, I give them this exercise because it creates a full circle when it comes to building trust. So first of all, you are expecting guidance to drop in. When you receive the guidance, you acknowledging it. So immediately you start counting down. When you get to 0 or 1 and it turns green, you are again getting instant feedback on that intuitive nudge. All right. Which then in turn, because it's fun, tells your subconscious mind, your left brain, that you are playing games. This is fun. It is safe to trust. This is an amazing exercise.
I absolutely love that. I'm going to try that with the kids. I've never even heard of that before, but everything you say makes total sense. So, my lovely listeners, if you want to develop or tap into your intuition, please use that gorgeous little fun exercise that Leonie's just said. And the explanation behind that was beautiful as well. So the reasoning behind that was so good. This is such good fun. I love that.
It's definitely fun.
It is. And some people will say, oh, well, how do you get to where you are? Or how do you get to where you are, Leonie? And it's like through trust, through practice, through trust, and through practice again. Yeah, because you've got to shut off that side of your brain that's trying to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Not in all areas, because we need that in case the traffic lights do go green and then you're supposed to go so you don't cause an accident. So
Yeah,
we do
and
need that.
just a disclaimer on that one. Do not put your foot down when you get to 0 or 1, just in case you're having a bad day, right?
Your intuition might be slightly a bit off.
Yeah.
That is such a good exercise to share with our listeners today. Now, I know you've wrote a book and a journal as well. Can you let us know a little bit what's in your book and what it's all about?
Yeah, so staying on the psychic intuition side of things. So the workbook I created is called Am I Psychic? And it has a questionnaire in the beginning of the book that takes you through questions that you can answer, and then it will reveal which one of the 4 main psychic senses you have. And then in the back of the book, it gives you exercises on how to develop each of those skills. So we're talking about clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. So it will tell you how to develop those senses. And then there's also a 30-day journal with different prompts to keep you developing your spiritual gifts and your intuition. I personally love that book.
Yeah.
I might be biased. The other 2 books that I have available, and these are all available on Amazon, is a 21-day manifesting journal, which takes you through 21 days of prompts to get you to be clear on affirmations and manifesting. And also in all my books, there is a free guided meditation, which you can also find on my webpage in the resources section. And then the third journal that I have is just called the Awareness Journal. And it really is about helping people to become aware and build awareness around who they are. Because if we don't know who we are and how we feel in the morning, and we don't create this almost like a baseline to know how we're feeling, it becomes very difficult for us to know what is our energy and what is energy coming from somewhere else. So by building a trust with your intuition and building an awareness about who you are and how you're feeling, it just opens up a whole new world for you.
And I always say that, once you start trusting your intuition, it helps in like your jobs, your careers, your relationships, your business, your health. Once you start listening to yourself, it's like a form of mindfulness. It brings you right back into the now. But once you do that, it's a game changer and your life changes. There's people in your life that'll stay in your life, and there's people in your life that'll leave your life. And that's okay. We don't try to hold on to that. We just have us. So use your intuition to enhance your business, enhance your relationships, enhance your health, and enhance your life. So why wouldn't you learn this? Like, I always refer back to the Grateful 3 approach to life, because like you, it takes effort and dedication to write a book. And I'm so proud of that. But in that book, when I talk about intuition, I talk about walking through life. It's like having full eyesight, but deciding to walk through life with your eyes closed. So that's what intuition's like. We're all born with intuition and we're all born with instinct. It's the 2 things that gets us to this earth. This is what I believe. Yeah. And then round about the ages of 5 and 4 and even up to 7, our other senses start to kick in quite quickly, really. And we become more reliant on our tangible senses. So that's why I believe that we let this intuition go. We let this instinct intuition go, because we start to only believe what we can see and we can feel. So if you get these journals, if you decide to tap into your own intuition, whether it's through going to see coaches like myself and Leonie, or reading books, or whatever it is, practice, practice, practice. And then, my friends, you will walk through life with your eyes wide open.
Absolutely. And you know what? People think that, once you like enlightened, or once you awake, that everything is just always, rosy and you're walking on clouds. It's hard work. Life takes effort. It is, but it is also the most rewarding and the most beautiful life when you have that intuition that can guide you, right? Whether it is remembering your water bottle as you're just about to, go home from the gym, and your intuition goes, you've got this feeling like I've left something, and you go, look in your hands and you go, no, I've got everything. And then you start walking and your intuition goes, nope, you've got that feeling. And then you go, what? Water bottle. Thank you. It becomes, I cannot imagine my life without my intuition now.
Do you know what you've just said there is amazing, because when we teach people development and intuition and to enhance the intuition, one of the things that a lot of people will say, and it's like, yeah, but I want to know, I need to know. And them little things that you talked about there, like forgetting your water bottle in the gym, have you picked your keys up, have you shut the garage door? They are all intuitive instincts to try and keep you safe. It's when I call it the earth brain. So when the side of the brain that keeps us safe, or earth brain, as I call it, that gets let go of a little bit, because your conscious mind or your subconscious mind is telling the conscious mind, nah, it's okay, I've got this. And we start to trust more, but we miss them beautiful little cues. Remembering the water bottle. That is beautiful. That is amazing, because then we can see and enhance that, if you like, and know that we're actually developing our intuition. It's like mindfulness. You walk through life and you miss all the things in your life, and you get to where your destination and you think, how did I get here? Did I pass a traffic light? Mindfulness and intuition, I think, go very much hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's that awareness. I call it awareness, right? I'm really big on that awareness of everything, becoming aware of your thoughts. Like, it's a process. It's taken me time to build up. But I said to a friend of mine the other day when we were having a conversation, said, I am so aware of my thoughts. I don't think I have any thoughts that really come through my mind that I'm not aware of. The minute that something comes through that's not for my highest good, I cut it off. I don't want that. So I consciously choose the thoughts that I have. And now we've gone full circle, right? Choices. I choose even my thoughts.
Amazing. We absolutely do have the ability to choose, but sometimes we choose not to. And we always say, I can't. The honest word, if you want to take it on, is I won't. Because that's what we do. When we say we can't, it's not true. There's no such word as can't, as my nan said. Yeah. The only true word is I won't. And the choice, my friends, is all of ours.
Yeah.
Leonie,
100%.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on today. We will definitely get Leonie back on over the next few months and talk about all different things, spiritual and psychic. Leonie, before we head off, I would just love you to share, where can our listeners get in touch with you? Where can we find you?
Anne-Marie, first of all, let me say thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And just as a little bit of a joke, guys, you don't know how long we've tried to have this conversation. And I trust that today is the perfect day for whoever to receive the message of choosing your life and choosing your thoughts. So I appreciate that so much.
You know what? I'm giggling away, laughing. My husband won't even give me the remote control. He says technology and me do not mix. Anyway, you've got two psychics here who have got really crazy energy going on. And every time we've jumped on to try to do this, the computers and energy, the internet, everything's blocked out. But today we've powered through. And even today, we've had some little glitches in the internet there. You might even catch them throughout the podcast. But we finally got there. So we made it. Yay, universe.
We made it. It's so beautiful.
So sorry to interrupt.
Not a problem. So your people and anybody who wants to reach me can reach me on leoniedutoit.com. I know Anne-Marie is going to have the links for you because it's not an easy surname. Facebook, I am Leonie Du Toit, and then my Instagram will shortly be changed back to Leonie Du Toit. So I trust by the time you guys hear this, it will be back in my name. And if you don't manage to get any of the books, please feel free to go to my website and go and look in the resource section, because the guided meditation for manifesting and creating your reality is there for you guys. So feel free to go download it.
So what's the website address, Leonie?
So www.leoniedutoit.com.
Fantastic. And all Leonie's details will be in the show notes. So you can catch all the details in the show notes. And she is such an amazing person. I just love her. And as I say, we became friends 8 years ago, and it's been such an amazing journey. And she's helped me so much along the journey as well. So guys, Leonie Du Toit, please get in touch. Go on Amazon, have a little look, download a free guided meditation, and also purchase some of her books. You won't be disappointed. Leonie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I am forever grateful for you in my life. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Sending you so much love. And I look forward to the next 8 years.
Yes, me too. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this show. It's important to note that while I'm here to inspire, encourage, and guide you, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or a doctor. Join me again in 2 weeks for more captivating revelations on the supernatural. Remember to be in with a chance to have your questions answered on the podcast. Subscribe to my newsletter at annemarielord.com. Stay in the tribe to vibe. I appreciate you guys. See you next time.